Hey there, sign of Leo. This is Kim here with your reading, and these messages are meant to find you in the next 3 days for your benefit somehow. It may be something that applies to the distant future. We don't really know. All I know is that the energy is constantly changing, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that type of reading for you. All right, Leo, I think we need to have a little order for your reading because I keep trying to start it with just, sometimes readings call for just kind of throwing cards out, but I'm not able to. Something is telling me that there needs to be more order, or there's a message in that order would be good. Coherence, I don't know. Maybe it's talking about time or schedule. But so what we're gonna pull is a breakthrough spread. I'm gonna do it a little bit different layout. I'm gonna do what we need to have a breakthrough about, what the challenge is, and then we'll have the breakthrough card be the top of this like pyramid here, and then we'll have the probable outcome. All right, so that's how we're gonna do it. We'll have some order. This might be better. I hope this is better, because the energy was just kind of chaotic feeling. Hard to focus. There's this thing in tennis. I've been playing on my Oculus because I used to play in high school, and so I've taken it back up on virtual reality because it's a good way for me to get a little bit into shape, hopefully. and I did one of the tutoring things because my forehand is not always that great. And I remember the coach used to tell me, follow through, Kim, follow through, of many things he used to say. But that's when you're hitting the ball, but you don't stop after you've hit it. You keep on going, and it puts topspin on your ball, right? And so that's the whole point, is to put that topspin, and follow through is really important for that. It is the one thing that I always had wrong, or I always messed up on. So I was playing that game, and I was really, I was kind of interested in that because it was like a life lesson, like thinking back to some kind of lesson you had back when I was like 14 of, it's your follow through. So there might be something here for you to follow through all the way to the end type of deal, or an encouragement for that, as well as to look at signs like that you get when you are thinking, reminiscing. All right. So what does Leo needs follow through. So do I. So do I. 1, 2, let's do 3. The Todd Alcott's Sci-Fi Tarot. Bottom of the deck is the Six of Pentacles. Good sign for success, and a good sign that you may be getting a gift. Even energy exchange with the Six of Pentacles. They sometimes show scales being balanced. Usually think of financial success. Do one more card, by the way. One more deck. What we need to have a breakthrough about, what the challenge might be, the breakthrough, probable outcome. Remember, you're the magician, though. Shooting star. Oh, and chess. A shooting star and chess. Shooting star says quick action, wish granted, like being a star. And then chess is your strategy, your plan. It says checkmate. So, what does Leo need to have a breakthrough about? Their desire. What do they desire? What are they feeling instinctively that they want to go after? It's an urge. It's an instinct. And it's from your heart. So it's your heart that needs to have a breakthrough. The strategy needs to be to put your passion and your hunger and your drive first, number one. So a hunger for a new beginning here with the Fool. Taking a leap of faith that if the heart is guiding you in a certain direction, it might be right. It might be something that you can't explain. I don't necessarily get logic here, even though I have chess. Okay, so there's a little logic, but I'm just getting that something might not make sense, but there is a new beginning. Yeah, the scales being balanced. There's justice. There's truth. There's something that your heart is trying to tell you about why you have a urge or why you have a desire to have this new beginning, to have truth and justice in your life. You can be balancing the scales out in many areas of your life, but it is what we need to have a breakthrough about. This would encompass marriage, relationships, partnerships, contracts, if you want to look at it like that, and the sun. So what we need to have a breakthrough about, I mean, 3 major arcana, pretty big, it is going to be a pretty big breakthrough, I think. Wow. It's time for you to have an adventure. So I can't even get this. Is like, wow. So it's sorry. This Leo's reading would get me all happy. Look at that rainbow. I have the rainbow in my hand. Okay, so I have the yacht. Adventure, affluence, luxury, mobility, travel, great ease, smooth sailing, sophisticated, with the wind, self-indulgent, prosperity, comfort, wealth, over the top, and extravagant. You think some sort of plan or strategy to follow your heart is going to bring in your truth, and the adventure begins. Like, get ready to set sail, because we're going to figure out what this breakthrough is. So keep watching. Rainbow, wish granted, serendipity, blessing, patience pays off, abundance, hope, good luck, patience, promise, godsend, creation, manifesting wealth, prosperity, and perfect timing. Okay, so what's the challenge? Your focus. Maybe it's your focus. Maybe that's your follow through that you need to work on. Maybe it's just your focus, your attention, your focus on. Now, I'm also picking up the law of assumption on this too. Your focus on assuming that what you want is actually already yours. And it's just knowing. It's knowing. It's that desire that wouldn't be there as a desire unless your future self were already there, saying that's why you desire it, is because this is what you can have. And then the different role, the mask, the challenge. Can you I feel like this is not saying about anything fake. I think they're talking about changing role, a different role. Like, not a disguise. I'm not getting that. I'm getting the focus. The challenge is you need to, their focus is going to require you to step into kind of like a different you or a different role. The world, wrapping up a cycle completion, lessons learned. Maybe it's a focus on that as part of the challenge too. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana, 3 of Pentacles, and the 5 of Wands. Yeah. It's telling you that the challenge is focus, because they're saying you have all of the building blocks for you to lay down a foundation right now, the groundwork for a completely new chapter, the new world, a new experience. And so it's these distractions, or it's the people around. It can even be like some type of company that you keep for some that is distracting, or that is not going to be a part of you when you fully step into this new role. Having to deal with setbacks, having to deal with hardship or misfortune or trials here is your challenge. And then, but here I have another 8. Let me look at these numbers, by the way. 5588. Wheel of Karma. It says karma, dharma, destined, arise and fall. So that I feel like the challenge is coming back up from whatever this is. From whatever got us not focused on the fact that we wanted to step into a new experience, a new us. So divine will, luck, fortune, even divine intervention is here. So the challenge is the new season, the new cycle. What is our breakthrough? Oh, yay. Good. Lightning. This card means that something has been done to perfection, that you're really good at. Okay, something's getting wrapped up. You've done it enough. You're seasoned. You know what to do now. Just like, I don't know, there was even something, okay, the tennis thing might get kind of boring, I'm sorry, but I just noticed tonight when I was playing that my wrist, I never had a coach tell me, oh, you're not putting more control on your wrist, you know, you're not focusing on keeping your wrist strong and controlled. Never had a coach ever tell me that, never had anybody, but once I figured out, oh, that little trick, it's completely changed the whole game. I was starting to win, and I thought, are you serious? Like 20 plus years have gone by, and the key that I needed actually to change the whole game was something I had to figure out. So excuse the boringness of it being tennis, but it changed everything. Just one little last thing. And that's what this card represents, is that there's one little last thing, and you're there. You're there. You've figured it out. So now you have that pearl of wisdom here. At the end of each journey, there's a pearl, right? And you have this egg that looks like it wants to crack open. It wants to manifest. So it's perfection. And you're ready. And you're ready. Yeah, okay. Hey, I'm seeing this tied into the mask, big time. So the offering card is about what is it that you will give up to give in to this new you, new experience, because what it's requiring for all of us Leos is that we take off the mask of the role of the last persona, of the last version of self. I don't know if you went through a void, a nothingness stage where you just completely lost the self, but whatever it is what you're offering up for this new thing. I see this offering as like it's like a peaceful death card in a way, because it's like, here, I'll gladly exchange. It's like exchanging wheat for gold. Like, I feel like that's what you're going to be doing. Or, okay, maybe we could break that down as not to be very wise if you're really hungry, but what's a good way of saying it? It's exchanging something that is no longer of that much value to you for something much more valuable. It's your role. So your hand's out, ready to receive now because you're ready to release. Working with the right people is really important. 3 of Pentacles. I'm positive of that. Yeah, 5 of Swords. Five of Swords. I'm feeling like that's energy around. What is pulling on you? So this is a breakthrough from a not so great situation or an environment that you don't like, or negative energies pulling at you, making life kind of complicated or more complicated. Like that card is telling me that it could be so much more peaceful. What's the other one? Ten of Swords. It can be so much more peaceful. He went looking for a better life, is what this card says. Well, that's the completion, right? Annihilation means you're like when you're self-annihilating something, right? It's this old version. It's this old version. It's the things that made everything complicated. And then those people and situations that got intertwined in it. There's a lot of betrayal. There's a lot of feeling of hurt in this past chapter. But it's also like completion. It's time to wrap it up. It's time to move on from it. Wow. Tower 2. Mind you, this is the breakthrough. It says he went looking for a better life. And then this is the disintegrator beam. Everything in the tower. What do you offer up? You offer the tower to come in and take down anything that was not built right to begin with, or that is worn out, outdated, and doesn't fit your vision of who you're becoming and who you're really stepping into. That's what I feel like this tower is. And that's your breakthrough, actually, is for this to come down, for this tower to come. I think this is a good tower, you guys. I really do. I really do. Oof. The cross. Oh, are you answering the call? Will you let something be torn down completely? Will you allow yourself to step into a completely new version of you? Will you give it up for the cause? What is that thing to give up for the cause? Because that's what's coming out. Heeding the call. There's definitely there's a divine call. There's always a divine plan. But when there's a call or a knock on the door, I can't tell you whether or not you should answer it. I could say that it's part of your breakthrough. So if you answer what you feel like your higher power is telling you, the Most High, your angels, if you answer the whispers, and that now might be sounding more like a loud knock of telling you what to offer up, that it probably will lead to the promise of the rainbow, the yacht, the shooting star, that it's going to be the master plan, the power play that you need. Wow. Yeah, they're saying yes. Absolutely. Absolutely, Leo, absolutely. Get ready to receive. See how those hands don't have anything in them? There's nothing to grasp onto in this card. Right? Hands are open now. She's let go of everything. She's free, and she's putting hands to the air, because here's that rainbow coming in as promised by the divine, by the Most High, here to help you. Wanting to see you happy, the most happy you could be, and definitely not wanting you to live in situations where there's just a lot of negativity, or there was a lot of karmic lessons and things like that. Like, not wanting you to live in that energy. It wants to give you the best of everything here. This is the promise. This is perfect timing. It's time to receive. So yeah, do you want to receive that? Because the universe is saying yes. Yes, and then the 1 and the 9 here, it's like a pioneering energy. You got the manifestation of the magician, the 9 of divine inheritance and closings, like the harvest, the changing of the season. You're the one to initiate this. So your outcome looks like dissolution, which is a big Ace of Cups. It's a huge one. It's one where when we allow ourselves to go into this big thing of water here, that all of the things that you thought or obstacles or challenges, they're going to kind of dissolve and melt away. This is all of those things becoming obsolete in your life. And this is peace. Because I see this white dove and I feel like this is peace, and it's an emotional, it's going to be so emotional. We even have the colors here of the rainbow inside that. This is going to be a very watery, emotional experience for you all, I think. Emotions running high in this. I feel them, yeah. Emotions running high. Oh, wow, because you're ready to reset. Whew. The womb, part of the outcome of very powerful, divine feminine energy in the masculine and feminine energies, because it's talking about a reset. It's calling you to go before your birth, go before even that, like reset. Let's create something from the origin point. This is even giving me, especially with the cross, it's giving me like going back to your 12-strand DNA blueprint. Like it's taking me to that place of saying that you're getting back to something of like how you were divinely created to begin with, which brings about lots of interesting things like healing yourself. Time acts different for you. It's not so reliant actually on time. It's more of a, because of this ability to maybe live longer, heal, age backwards, figure out the solutions to problems just like that. There's something here coming about that. Let's move on. This is good. 4 of Pentacles, 6 of Wands, and the King of Cups. It's like a reset to your heart, isn't it? 4 of Pentacles, I'm going to say that they're wanting you to protect your energy, but know that you are building a firm foundation, because the challenge was the 3. That's to me that has something to do with what you've learned that shifts you like into a different role. The 4 of Pentacles is a person, to me, it's like a Leo that's being much more cautious when it comes to their energy, their resources, and their time. Because yes, you have a really big heart, but now you've answered a call and you kind of know that you have to focus to get there. And so I feel like there's going to be things that you'd be keeping to yourself, or things that you'll be protecting for yourself. I'm really getting at protecting your energy. But I definitely think you're doing it from a loving place. Like this is coming from a loving place. King of Cups. Also, this could be a person that is coming into your life. This could be a love interest coming in, man or woman, master of their own heart. Somebody who is really, they're good when it comes to their own heart. They're balanced emotionally. That's confirmation. So 6 of Wands is your energy, and it says ascendance. There's something that you're going to do that is not only going to make you feel very proud, but everybody else will see this achievement. And they'll be able to say, man, this person followed their own heart, and look what they were able to build. So there's something like inspiring there about that. That King of Cups could be a benefactor too. Somebody coming in that may want to help or assist you, especially if that card could mean like being discovered, being seen. And ultimately, this might be what you're even doing it for, you know. So if you're trying to generate a lot of money or power, it might be for the purpose of helping others here with this card. So compassion, alleviate suffering, care for others, the water carrier. And I definitely think you're seeing yourself now more so than you have in the past. So it's being really aware of yourself. It's facing issues, and it's self-improvement. It's being truthful with who you are. And so it might be changing everything because of that. Yeah. Okay, so that is what I've got, guys. 1 on the bottom, 2. get an angel number message to close out the reading. Whoa. 12. Beautiful. I am a visionary. Creativity is a driving force in your life. Your imagination is rich and you are able to express your feelings and insights in unique ways others can benefit from. Yeah. Care for others, helpful, ethical. So something about your vision will help others. That's why it's being so assisted, and it's why it's part of this divine calling, right? Your feelings and insights help people in unique ways. I am a visionary. I am a visionary. That's what I've got for you. I'm sending you much love. Bye.